This whole situation of what has transpired in Gaza proved that we're not who we say we are, that we're not who we think we are. We are not holy, we are not saints. Like we don't practice righteousness and kindness, but we only preach about them. This whole situation proved that we are nothing but professional pretenders. We pretend as if we sympathize, but our actions does the opposite. If you can, sit back and observe, you'll get to realize that we pretend as if nothing wrong is going on. Even though we see and hear those people, those victims crying for our help, on our TV screens and social media. And there are many sensitive videos on the internet of children in Gaza, screaming in fear while the buildings are collapsing on top of them. I saw this other video, on the internet, the other day, and it was completely disturbing. I'm telling you, I couldn't sleep at night. So there's this guy, he was shooting a video while, the shootings were and the war like was taking place, and he was with his young kid. I don't know, maybe like they were hiding or something like that, but like he was holding him close, against his chest. And suddenly, while he was busy shooting the video, there was a massive collision. Like you could hear, the sounds of like guns and people screaming, at the background. And there he was, like holding his kid close to him, feeling like helpless, like and full of dread. Do you know how painful it is to be on that position where you are failing to protect your loved ones? That's complete torment. After watching that video, I was not feeling well. I was sick to my stomach. Constantly asking myself countless questions, wrestling with my thoughts because I couldn't, comprehend, the fact that how evil are we? Knowing very well what's going on in Gaza, but pretending as if nothing wrong is happening. But yet we perceive ourselves, we categorize ourselves as Christians, as good people, as, religious people who will fight for righteousness. But when all of that is being put on a test, what do? What are we doing? Nothing. We are just folding our arms and watching them die as if it's a TV show. Without no sympathy, without no, remorse. Simply because that's not us in that situation, right? So ladies and gentlemen, this whole situation signifies that we are not who we think we are. We are the complete opposite of what we think we are. What happened to humanity? What happened to kindness that we always preach? Are we practicing what we preach, or are we preaching what we are trying to practice? Which is which here? My personal opinion is that, this whole collusion, or conflict between, Gaza and Israel, if all leaders across the world would have intervened, then this whole, war thing would have ended real quick before more damage and more killings took place. But if all the leaders across the world would have told Israel to stop whatever they're doing, otherwise there will be serious repercussions, then the war would have ended instantaneously. But the problem is that it's not profitable for them to do so. That's one of the reasons why they are folding their arms and not doing anything and not taking part in that. But the crucial question is that, where's the humanity in that? Why do we have to value money over people's lives, over children's lives? That's the question that I want to leave with you guys. So guys, my name is Johannes. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers.